हेलो गाइस, वेलकम बैक टू द चैप्टर एटॉमिक स्ट्रक्चर। सो आज हम ऐसा टॉपिक करने जा रहे हैं जो दैट विल लीड अस टू अवर थर्ड एटॉमिक मॉडल, दैट इज बोर्स एटॉमिक मॉडल। सो टुडे विल बी सीइंग डेवलपमेंट व्हिच विल बी लीडिंग अस टू द बोर्स एटॉमिक मॉडल। सो लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड विद द चैप्टर। बिफोर स्टार्टिंग विद द बोर्स मॉडल, इनके पहले काफ़ी सारे एक्सपेरिमेंट इन डिफरेंट फील्ड्स दे वर ऑलरेडी गोइंग ऑन और बहुत सारे रिजल्ट का ऑलरेडी काफ़ी अच्छा प्रूफ मिला हुआ था। सो वन ऑफ द बेस्ट एग्जांपल इज द रेडिएशंस विच आर इंटरैक्टिंग विद द मैटर, उसका काफ़ी अच्छा और मैक्रोस्कोपिक ऑब्जर्वेशन वॉज ऑलरेडी देयर. Bohr considered two important concepts. First was dual characteristic of radiation, that radiation can behave as wave also, they can behave as particle also. And second is experimental result related to the atomic spectra. उसके basis पे he proposed this model. And the second thing is experimental results coming from atomic spectra. So ये दो important concept के ऊपर हमारा the Bohr model was based. So let's see the first one, that is dual characteristic of radiations, electromagnetic radiations. So यहाँ हम लिख सकते हैं Bohr's on first dual characteristic of electromagnetic radiation, and the second is experimental result of atomic spectra. So ये दो प्रॉपर्टी के ऊपर like Bohr was able to propose his model. So let's see the first one, that is dual characteristic of electromagnetic radiation. अब dual characteristic में पहले हम देखते हैं wave characteristic of electromagnetic radiation, and then we will see particle characteristic of electromagnetic radiation, और finally हम इन दोनों concept को merge करेंगे into dual characteristic. So let's see the first one. So wave nature of electromagnetic radiation, this was given by Maxwell when he studied that whenever a charged particle is placed into electric as well as the magnetic field, this charged particle will continuously feel acceleration, and this will, when it will feel acceleration, it will cut the electric as well as the magnetic field. So in this case he observed he got some observation, and which are as follows. So the observation which was made by Maxwell, here are, let's say the first one, यहाँ पे लिख लेते हैं by Maxwell. So the first observation was that the electric field and magnetic field are perpendicular to each other. They are perpendicular to each other, and they are also perpendicular to the propagation of particle. They are also perpendicular to the propagation of charged particle. So this is the first point. Observe कि जैसे जैसे charged particle move करेगा, so let's say अगर electric field, if the charged particle is moving on x-axis, let's say electric field is on y-axis, and then the magnetic field will be on the z-axis. That means all three of them will be perpendicular to each other. Then second point was electromagnetic radiation do not require any medium. Do not require medium for propagation, unlike the sound wave which requires a medium to transmit. So electromagnetic radiation does not require any medium. Then third point is that depending upon the properties of a wave, it can have different values, and it will make electromagnetic radiation. So यहाँ पर हम लिख सकते हैं there can be different types of electromagnetic radiation forms together. They form together electromagnetic spectrum. Electromagnetic spectrum is formed. Spectrum, and we know that we are not able to see every part of electromagnetic spectrum. That means a very small portion of electromagnetic spectrum is visible to human eyes depending upon the properties. So यहाँ पर हम लिख सकते हैं very small portion of electromagnetic spectrum is visible to human eyes. This is our fourth point. The fifth point is that each electromagnetic spectrum, each electromagnetic radiation, they will have their own properties in which they are different from the other one. ऐसे हर एक electromagnetic radiation के पास अपनी खुद की एक property होगी जो बाकियों से अलग होगी. Fifth point, that is electromagnetic radiation of different type will have different properties. So let's say electromagnetic radiation they have properties such as क्या हो सकते हैं. First is called as frequency, which is represented by mu. So here we can see mu frequency is nothing but number of waves at a point in 1 second. Number of waves in 1 second at a particular point. कोई भी reference point पे कितने waves आ रहे हैं 1 second में, that will give you frequency. Then we have lambda, that is the maximum non-repetitive length of cycle, length of wave. So जब भी हम एक wave की बात करते हैं, so इस form में होगा, like it will start here and then it will be there here. Then it will keep on continuing, like यहाँ से हमारा second wave start होगा और यहाँ पर ऐसे continue होता रहेगा. So यहाँ से जो भी हमारा maximum ये जो point है from here till here, that is the maximum non-repetitive length of the wave is called as wavelength. Then third, we have the speed of light, that is the speed of light. So here it is a relation between mu and lambda. So C is nothing but mu into lambda. And then we have a fourth term, B, which is called as wave number, which is actually 1 by lambda. And this is equal to number of wavelength in 1 meter length. So it is number of wavelength in 1 meter length. So this is wavelength. कि अगर हमने 1 मीटर का लेंथ लिया उसके अंदर कितने waves आ सकते हैं, that will give you wave number. So these are the different properties of electromagnetic radiation. और इनके properties की वजह से ही ये decide करेंगे that this property will decide कि इनको ये electromagnetic radiation पूरे spectrum में कौन सा position occupy करेगा. So these are our different properties. These are our different points which was observed by Maxwell while understanding the wave nature of electromagnetic radiation. Now let's see particle nature of electromagnetic radiation. So अभी इसके पहले हमने जैसे ही देखा है कि कोई भी electromagnetic radiation होगा, it will have a wave-like characteristic. But there were many phenomena which was not able to explain by this radiation or the wave-like nature of this electromagnetic radiation, such as black body emission, then the photoelectric effect, then atomic spectrum, and so on. There were many such examples in which the radiation property cannot be explained just with the help of a wave-like nature. So Max Planck was a scientist who proposed the quantum theory. And this was given by Max Planck. So Max Planck told कि जब भी हमारे पास कोई एक सब्सटेंस होगा और उसमें से एनर्जी या तो बाहर जा रही है या एनर्जी अंदर आ रही है, दिस विल नेवर टेक प्लेस इन अ कंटिन्यूअस मैनर, मींस बैक टू बैक वो कभी नहीं होगा. इंस्टेड इट विल बी इन डिस्क्रीट मैनर. Small particle by particle it will come, either it will come inside that energy will come inside the substance or it will go away from the substance, but it will be always taking place in discrete particle form. And he said the smallest particle of this energy, he said it as quantum. Okay? So here we can say, let's say we have a term which is called as quantum, which is smallest particle of the energy, smallest particle part of energy. And we said that the total energy capital E is equal to n number of times into energy of each quantum. ठीक है. दैट मीन्स लेट्स से हमारे पास एक क्वांटम है कि एनर्जी ऑफ ईच क्वांटम when it is added for n number of a quantum, जितने भी पार्ट्स बचे हुए उन सबको अगर हम ऐड करेंगे, so that will give you the energy of that particular radiation. Then he said that the energy or the strength of the energy of a single quantum, it depends upon the frequency of that particular quantum or the frequency of that particular radiation. So here it was said that E is directly proportional to the frequency. And to remove this proportionality, we can have a constant which is called as Planck's constant. This is represented by small h. And यहाँ पर हम लिख सकते हैं where h is nothing but 6.63 into 10 raised to minus 34 joule second. So this is the value of Planck's constant, and this formula is very important, that E is equal to h mu, and this will give you the energy of a single quantum or single photon. Now we know that we have a property of wave, that is C is equal to mu lambda. So here we can say this implies that energy can also be written as E is equal to h into C upon lambda, and here we can write that C is equal to mu lambda. So therefore the mu value will become C upon lambda. So here we have just substituted this value with the help of it by replacing mu, frequency. So these are the two formula that you can get to that we get to calculate the energy of a particular single quantum or single photon. So this is Planck's quantum theory. Now with the help of this theory, we can explain a lot of particle nature of a electromagnetic spectrum, such as black body radiation. So let's see what do we mean by black body. So that is when any ideal body which accepts and emits all range of a radiation, that is called as perfectly black body. That means it absorbs as well as emit all the available electromagnetic spectrum, all the available electromagnetic radiation, and that is called as black body. Now let's see one important concept, which is photoelectric effect, and this was initially proposed by Hertz. So Hertz साइंटिस्ट जो थे, इन्होंने ये ऑब्जर्वेशन स्टार्ट किया that if continuously beam of light is placed on the metal surface, if it is passed to the metal surface, then there is continuous ejection of electron also. So let's see this with the help of a diagram. Let's say we have a metal surface, ये रहा, this is our metal, and here we are having a light wave which is coming and hitting, let's say, electron. ये एक यहाँ पर इलेक्ट्रॉन है, तो इस इलेक्ट्रॉन को जैसे ही हिट करेगा, so as soon as this will hit this electron, so this will be ejected from the metal surface. Okay. And this phenomena is called as photoelectric effect, that is ejection of a free electron from the surface of a metal in presence of light. It is called as photoelectric effect. Now after this effect, Hertz made certain observation. So let's see what the observations. First, Hertz said that there is no time lag between the hitting of a sunlight into the electron and ejection of that electron from metal surface. So here we can say there is no time lag in removal of electron. कि जैसे लाइट इलेक्ट्रॉन को हिट करेगा, उसी टाइम पे अगर उसके पास एनर्जी है, सो उसी टाइम पर वो इलेक्ट्रॉन जो है मेटल सरफेस से बाहर निकल जाएगा विदाउट लॉस ऑफ टाइम. सेकेंड ही सेड दैट द नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन इजेक्टिंग फ्रॉम द मेटल सरफेस, कि कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन एक टाइम पे मेटल की सरफेस से निकल सकते हैं, वो डिपेंड करेगा ब्राइटनेस ऑफ द लाइट, और इट इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड इंटेंसिटी ऑफ द लाइट. सो हियर वी कैन से नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स इफेक्टेड from metal surface depends on intensity of light Then third, he observed that if we want to calculate the energy of an electron, so it actually depends upon the energy of a wave which is hitting. That means अगर frequency of the wave is more, then electron का energy भी ज़्यादा होगा. If frequency of the energy is less, then electron energy will also be less. So here we can see that energy of electron depends on the frequency of light. And one last point which you observed was फोर्थ वन एंड द लास्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट इज दैट कि लेट्स से जब भी एक इलेक्ट्रॉन मेटल में है सो डेफिनेटली इट इज एक्सपीरियंसिंग सम फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन. अगर ये एक इलेक्ट्रॉन है इसके पास जो मेटल सरफेस है तो ये हमेशा एक फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन एक्सपीरियंस करेगा. सो जैसे ही लाइट इस इलेक्ट्रॉन को हिट करेगा सो फर्स्ट दिस इलेक्ट्रॉन नीड्स टू ब्रेक ऑल द फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन, और ये जैसे ही ब्रेक कर लेगा उसके बाद में दिस इलेक्ट्रॉन कैन मूव ऑन. सो दैट इज व्हाई दिस मिनिमम अमाउंट ऑफ एनर्जी रिक्वायर्ड to break the force of attraction around the electron it is called as threshold energy, and to have this frequency it is called as threshold frequency. So यहाँ पर हम कह सकते हैं अगर एक light wave आ रहा है and it is hitting the electron so it needs to have the frequency greater than threshold frequency. मतलब at least ये जो light wave इसको hit करेगा electron को तो इस light wave के पास minimum इतना amount of energy होना चाहिए कि ये सारे इलेक्ट्रॉन के जो bonds है या force of attraction है उसको वो break कर सके, उसके बाद ये remove हो पाएगा. So here we can say the photoelectric effect starts when the frequency of a light is greater than threshold frequency of matter. This is always fixed. In fact, the energy of a wave can vary, but the threshold energy or the threshold frequency will always remain constant for every metal. So these were the 4 observations which was made by Hertz with respect to photoelectric effect. Now after this, Albert Einstein was the scientist who noticed that the energy of an electron actually depends upon the frequency of the light used, and then he gave a relationship between the energy of an electron and the energy of the wave which is hitting it. So let's see the Einstein equation. Now let's see Einstein's photoelectric effect equation. He actually gave a relationship between the energy of the light coming and the energy of the ejected electron, and he said whenever we are increasing the energy of the wave which is hitting the electron, then the ejected electron will have a large amount of energy, and the ejected electron energy also depends upon the threshold energy of the metal. So he said that whenever we are doing photoelectric effect we require 3 different type of energy. One will be energy of the wave, let's say it is E. Then second we have energy of the metal surface which is threshold energy, which we will write it as E naught. And then we have third the energy of a moving particle electron, and that is nothing but kinetic energy. So ये 3 टाइप के एनर्जी होंगे which will be present at the time of photoelectric effect. अब इन तीनों के बीच में रिलेशन कुछ ऐसा है that total energy of the wave it is actually threshold energy plus kinetic energy. Okay, so this was the equation which was given by Einstein. Then we know that according to Planck's quantum theory, we can write E is nothing but h mu, then it is h mu naught, and then this is half mv square. And if we want to calculate the energy of the ejected electron, that is kinetic energy, so here we can say that the kinetic energy is actually equal to h mu minus h mu. And you also know that mu can also be written as c by lambda. तो mu को हम ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं, it is h c by lambda minus h c by lambda naught. So these are different equations in which we can write our photoelectric effect energy relation. So this is one, then this is second, and here we can see the third one, and finally the fourth one. So ये टोटल 4 इक्वेशन है to explain the photoelectric effect in the form of mathematical equation. So with this it was proved that whenever there is electromagnetic radiation, when it is propagating it will have the wave like property, और जैसे वो किसी matter को hit करेगा it will get the particle like property. So that proves that the electromagnetic radiation has dual property, that is wave like as well as the particle like nature. And this property we will see later on that it is also applicable or it is also present to some microscopic elements such as electron. तो इलेक्ट्रॉन के पास भी ये डुअल कैरेक्टरिस्टिक वाली प्रॉपर्टी होंगी. So this was the first section which was included in Bohr's model. Now let's see the second section of Bohr's consideration for Bohr's model, that is experimental results of atomic spectrum. Now we are going to see the experimental evidence for atomic spectrum, and this, let's write the topic name. This is experimental evidence atomic spectrum. So we already had seen in the last topic that कि जब भी हमारे पास इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक रेडिएशन होगा, सो व्हेन इट इज प्रोपोगेटिंग इट विल हैव अ वेव लाइक नेचर, एंड व्हेन इट इंटरैक्ट्स विद द मैटर, जैसे वो मैटर से हिट करेगा, सो इट विल हैव पार्टिकल लाइक नेचर. सो जैसे ही वो मैटर को हिट करेगा, दैट इज इन पार्टिकल लाइक नेचर, इट विल हैव like the energy will be transferred from the wave to this matter. And can we say this matter will be made up of atoms and molecules? Of course. So ये atom और molecule जैसे ही जैसे ही energy absorb कर लेंगे, so they will go into excited state. So here we can say, let's say we have a matter here, कि हमारे पास matter है, and continuously the radiations are coming here. और जैसे ही ये hit करेंगे, they will transfer this energy to the matter. And in this matter, the atoms, molecules, and even subatomic particles, they will get excited because they will get extra amount of energy. और इसके वजह से they will become little bit unstable in nature. Because let's say अगर यहाँ पर different energy levels हैं किसी भी एक substance के अंदर, तो यहाँ पर हमने एक substance A लिया हुआ है, ठीक है? एक यहाँ पर atom A is there. When it absorbs or when it gets this energy, so it will go to the higher energy level. So let's say in second case, this has moved to this atom A has reached this level, but again ये तो उसका natural state है नहीं, तो definitely it will come back to its natural state. So here whenever it is coming back to its natural state, so it has to lose some energy. So ये energy यहाँ से lose करेगा, and when this energy is lost, this is called as emission. Energy is emitted. Here we can see energy emitted or emitted energy. ठीक है? And when this energy again it will be emitted in the form of a wave. ये wave के form में atom A जो होगा वो अपना energy lose करेगा. And whenever there is a wave-like property, then definitely it will have different properties of wave also. So in this case, it will lead to formation of a color in the spectrum, and this will lead to our emission spectrum. Let's see what do we mean by emission spectrum. That is, whenever an atom has gone to excited state, और वो excited state वो जब वो नीचे आएगा अपने original position पे, so it has to lose some energy from the top position. और जैसे ही वो अपना energy यहाँ से lose करेगा, ये energy यहाँ से lose करेगा, तो ये energy को अगर हमने electromagnetic spectrum में measure करेंगे, तो हमको मिलेगा emission spectrum of this particular atom. Similarly, this happens for the atom also. Inside the atom also. Okay, let's consider कि हमारे पास एक atom है. Now in this case, we have considered one single atom. And हमको पता है कि atom के अंदर बहुत सारे electron होते हैं. So let's say when this electron has accepted some energy and it has gone to some higher energy state. So let's say इसमें थोड़ा सा higher energy state में चले गए. बट अगेन वहाँ तो अनस्टेबल होगा बिकॉज उसने पहले तो एनर्जी ज़्यादा ले लिया और प्लस उसका वो नेचुरल पोजीशन था ही नहीं. तो जैसे वो अपने पोजीशन पे वापस रिटर्न आएगा तो उस टाइम पे उस इलेक्ट्रॉन को एनर्जी लूज करनी होगी और जैसे ही एनर्जी लूज करेगा इट विल शो एमिशन स्पेक्ट्रम. नाउ एमिशन स्पेक्ट्रम एक्चुअली हाउ इट हैपेंस इज कि दिस इज नथिंग बट अ पार्ट ऑफ इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक स्पेक्ट्रम ओनली, but wherever energy are lost from this electron, so in that case some colored lines will be seen. For example, let's say यहाँ starting में लिखा है यहाँ पर colored white कर दिया, that means here the electrons has emitted some energy, and wherever the energy is not lost, so in that case the dark lines will be present. So in this manner, just like a barcode आप देख सकते हो, किसी भी आप प्रोडक्ट अगर कभी खरीदते हो तो most of the product they will have a barcode. So in that same manner you can assume an emission spectrum in which the white lines will constitute the energy which is given out by the electron, और जो dark lines होंगे या जो dark spaces होंगे that is where the electron is not lost any energy. ठीक है, so this is our emission spectrum, पहले टाइप का spectrum. Second we have it as absorption spectrum. So ये हमने emission spectrum देख लिया. This is emission spectrum. And when you take negative of this emission spectrum, so that will give you absorption spectrum. That means यहाँ पर starting में ये white होगा, then this section will be here, it will be opposite, then again a line will be there, so again this will be in this manner and so on. So जैसे हम इसका negative लेंगे, let's say negative, so that will give you, this will give the absorption spectrum. Absorption spectrum. ठीक है. So these are our two different type of spectrum that can be seen in any matter. Now again one important point that the emission and the absorption spectrum are actually not continuous in nature. आप यहाँ पर देख सकते हो कि कुछ जगहों पर values present है, but जो black वाले line से emission spectrum है वहाँ पर values नहीं present है. That means they are in the form of a discrete values are present, which means that they are not forming a continuous spectrum. Continuous spectrum का example हम ले सकते हैं visible light. जैसे वायलेट होता है, सो वायलेट के बाद में वी हैव इंडिगो, देन वी हैव ब्लू, ग्रीन, दे आर कंटिन्यूसली प्रेजेंट. एक जैसे ही खत्म हुआ वहीं से दूसरा स्टार्ट हो जाता है. बट इन केस ऑफ एमिशन एंड एब्जॉर्प्शन स्पेक्ट्रम देयर इज नो सच प्रॉपर्टी ऑब्जर्व. दैट इज व्हाई दिस इज कॉल्ड एज लाइन स्पेक्ट्रम. दैट मीन्स एट पर्टिकुलर पोजिशन lines will be present in which the electron is radiating, losing its energy. So emission or absorption spectrum is nothing but the line spectrum of the atom. Okay, so this was it, the atomic spectrum. Now for hydrogen molecule we'll see like what is the effect of this atomic spectrum or this emission and absorption spectrum on in case of hydrogen molecule. So let's see that. Now let's see separation of a hydrogen molecule, that is H2. यहाँ पर हम लिख सकते हैं bracket में, let's say H2 is converted into H, two hydrogen atoms, and it will be in highly excited state. Because let's say hydrogen molecules हमने एक कंटेनर में लिया हुआ है और उस कंटेनर में वी आर कंटिन्यूसली प्रोवाइडिंग सम एनर्जी इन अ वेरी हाई वोल्टेज. सो उससे ये होगा कि जो H2 मॉलिक्यूल्स है इन दोनों के बीच का पहले तो बॉन्ड ब्रेक हो जाएगा और हाइड्रोजन के एटम के जो भी सब एटॉमिक पार्टिकल है विच इज इलेक्ट्रॉन, सो दैट इलेक्ट्रॉन विल एब्जॉर्ब अ वेरी हाई अमाउंट ऑफ एनर्जी एंड इट विल गो टू सम एक्साइटेड स्टेट. And in that case जैसे वो excited state से नीचे आएगा, so it will lose some energy and it will show emission spectrum because it will emit energy. So whenever there is emission of energy it will show emission spectrum. ठीक है. So separation of hydrogen molecule, so here we can say hydrogen, when hydrogen will produce two hydrogen atom in presence of high voltage. ठीक है. एंड हियर यहाँ पर हम लिख सकते हैं इलेक्ट्रॉन मूव्स एक्साइटेड स्टेट. ठीक है. सो ये जो इलेक्ट्रॉन होंगे दे विल मूव टू द एक्साइटेड स्टेट और हायर एनर्जी स्टेट. फिर उसके बाद जैसे ये इलेक्ट्रॉन कम्स टू लोअर एनर्जी स्टेट, यहाँ पर हम लिखते हैं high energy, and on right hand side we will write it as low energy. So here the electron needs to remove energy, so minus E we will write it as, let's say minus E. This will lead to emission spectrum. ठीक है. तो अभी आपको समझ गया होगा कि जैसे ही कोई भी एटम के अंदर का इलेक्ट्रॉन अगर एक हायर एनर्जी स्टेट पे पहुंच गया तो वो वापस डेफिनेटली अपने ओरिजिनल स्टेट पर आएगा ही, और जैसे वो नीचे आने की कोशिश करेगा उस टाइम पे इट हैज टू लूज सम एनर्जी, और ये एनर्जी लूज करेगा इट विल हैव वेव प्रॉपर्टी एंड इट विल शो एमिशन स्पेक्ट्रम. सो बाल्मर वाज द फर्स्ट टू प्रूव दैट हम ये सारे कंसेप्ट को दैट इलेक्ट्रॉन का शिफ्टिंग वी कैन शो इन द फॉर्म ऑफ मैथमेटिकल एक्सप्रेशन विद द हेल्प ऑफ वेव नंबर. So we can write it as wave number mu bar is equal to 1 upon lambda. It is nothing but 109677 into 1 upon n1 square minus 1 upon n2 square, where n1 यहाँ पर हम लिख सकते हैं n1 is lower energy state and n2 is high or high energy state. ठीक है, inside hydrogen atom. Now this was the Balmer series, and depending upon the discoverers we have different series present inside the hydrogen atom. So this proves that the hydrogen atom or any atom internally it has different level of energy spectrum, and this will lead, these two important concepts will lead to the formation of Bohr's model. Now this wave number concept we can have for other atoms also. Here we can say wave number in general for any atom. So here it can be given as mu bar is equal to 1 upon lambda, that is nothing but R, which is Rydberg's constant, this value, it is nothing but r upon z square, where z is atomic number, into 1 upon n1 square minus 1 upon n2 square. So this is the formula that we have for any atom. Yeah, for any atom. Okay. And also we have like n1 values, n2. These values are already fixed. Also we have the n1, n2, n3, n4, n5 and so on values. The name of this series already defined. So we have to remember the first five series of hydrogen atom. N1 is called as Lyman series. N2 is called as Balmer series. Then N3 is called as Bastian series. Then fourth is Brackett. And fifth is P1. Okay. So out of this one is present into visible region. Okay. So only the Balmer series is the of any atom, it is present into the visible region. So this was all about the atomic spectrum that we first saw for hydrogen. पहले हमने देखा दो टाइप के स्पेक्ट्रम होते हैं, emission spectrum and absorption spectrum. Then we compared it with the hydrogen atom. Then we got a mathematical expression by Balmer. And then हमने देखे first five series के लिए naming: Lyman, Balmer, Bastian, Brackett and Pfeffer. So these are the first five spectrum series name. That's it for the video guys. I hope you have enjoyed this video. अगर आपको वीडियो अच्छा लगा हो तो अभी इसे लाइक कीजिए. अगर आपने YouTube चैनल पे हमें ChemCham को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो अभी चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए. If you are watching this video on Facebook, then do like this video, do share it with at least 2 of your friends so that they will also get the benefit of these kind of videos. If you are watching this on Instagram, तो अभी हमारे पेज को फॉलो कीजिए. वहाँ पर आपको will get a variety of a content related to chemistry, related to other stuffs also. So see you in the next video. Take care. Thank you. Bye bye.